today I am doing the One Piece villains tier list. Now I found this on a YouTuber named Merphy Napier. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but found it on her channel. Um, Disclaimer: I'm not caught up with Wano yet, so any characters like Black Maria here, who I'm not super familiar with, I'm just gonna skip. So here we go. Kaido. Now I've seen a bit of Kaido. It's pretty cool. I liked his like little mini fight with Luffy in Act 1 of Wano, just one-shotting him. But as of right now, I don't know too much about him, so I don't know if it's completely fair to rank him, but he's pretty cool so far. So we'll leave him here for now. But if I had to rank him, he'd be middle of the road. I have my complaints, but happy. Next up is Arlong, and for the arc that he's in, he's excellent. He's perfect. He serves his purpose well. He's the first big bad in One Piece who really wanted Luffy to bring justice to the world and kick the ass of. And there was nothing like him in East Blue, so definitely got to give props to my boy Arlong. He also had the arc that hooks everybody. At least that's when I was hooked. That's when my brother was hooked. That's when basically everyone gets hooked, is the Arlong arc. The whole Luffy putting his hat on Nami and the march to fight Arlong is iconic, and it probably always will be. I believe this is CP9. Yes, this is CP9. Again, also perfect. They serve their purpose in Water 7 and Enos Lobby very, very well. They pushed Robin and Luffy and the rest of the Straw Hats to the limits. I have like virtually no complaints about them, and the fact that, you know, I saw Rob Lucci and all them again in the Reverie was super cool. Can't wait to see more of them. And yeah, they're just perfect for the story again, no complaints, awesome. Absalom, terrible. Absolutely terrible. Thriller Bark is already a very middle of the road to below average arc. But Absalom was insufferable. He has one of my least favorite Sanji moments, and Sanji being my favorite character, that doesn't sit lightly with me. And then, not to mention, his death is just literally... Oh yeah, by the way, he died. We don't get to see it. We don't get to see his final moments. So, just a letdown character, not very good. His Devil Fruit was kind of cool, but again, trash. Bellamy, excellent. I watched the Dressrosa in the One Piece version of the anime, and I watched it very broken up because I was in and out of One Piece at the time. So I probably would have him in perfect had I not had that kind of messed up experience. I did like his redemption arc. I did like his original role in Jaya. Very good. I thought he was a great contrast to Luffy. But overall, I don't think I got the proper experience with him, so when I revisit the series through the manga and with my friend, I can definitely see him going up to here, but for now, I'm going to leave him here through no fault of his own. Caesar Clown. Not a bad antagonist. I thought he was pretty decent. His laugh got very grating and annoying, though, but I thought it was funny how he was like an antagonist, and then they had to drag him along through all of Dressrosa, and eventually into Whole Cake, and haven't seen much of him since, but he was kind of funny to have around. I like his Devil Fruit a lot, but besides that, he's just alright. I have my complaints about him, but overall, I'm happy with the role he's played. Buggy D Clown, the Willa D, future Pirate King, greatest warlord of the sea. Need I say anything else? Buggy D Clown is perfection, and no one will ever change my mind. Moving along to Caribou. Again, I haven't finished Wano. He started to be alright, I guess, but his fruit is gross. It grosses me out. His character design is... I'm gonna put him in a bit of a letdown because Absalom has almost nothing redeemable about him, but at least Caribou had a couple of good moments in Wano so far. Again, not finished, but I'm ready to see where he goes in the future, so... Katakuri, second highest in perfection. I loved his personality. I loved his fight with Luffy. I love his powers, his design. He's so fucking awesome. Katakuri definitely deserves to be in perfection. Probably top 3 villains for me, and probably top 10 characters. There's just almost nothing wrong with Katakuri. The only thing I could think of is that the pacing in the normal anime, again, I watched One Piece, but in the normal anime, this fight is so dragged out and long and boring. I can see how someone may not like him as much if they watch that, but holy shit, Katakuri is a standout in an arc that is already one of my absolute favorites. So yes, Katakuri, perfection. Next up, we got Crocodile. Again, I'm gonna have to slap him in perfection. Crocodile was the first villain that really made me feel, holy shit, Luffy's got no chance, and he didn't for a while. He got his ass kicked twice. Crocodile's just fucking awesome. His powers are cool. His design is fucking awesome. His voice, at least in the Japanese version, is so cool as well. His fights with Luffy were top tier. I mean, I know Grand Line Review said he likes to watch Luffy beat his ass in the final fight many times over, and I've also watched that many times over. It's very satisfying, and then the way he comes back and Impel Down and helps Luffy, and also in Marineford and helps Luffy is just amazing. You know what? I'm gonna put Crocodile above Katakuri for now, because I had way more hype when it came to Crocodile and Impel Down and Marineford than I did for Katakuri. But if Katakuri returns in the future and we see more of him, he very well could be here. But unfortunately, no one goes above Buggy D Clown, so there we are. Mihawk. Oh, I'm gonna say Mihawk is excellent, and I'm gonna put him above Bellamy. Mihawk is probably the first character to give us a certified One Piece moment, if you know what I mean. The whole Zoro thing, that's like the first big One Piece moment, and I know a lot of people say that if Arlong Park isn't the first thing that hooked them, Mihawk slashing Zoro was. He's got a great design. He's got a really cool personality. Again, I'm a sucker for stoic badass characters. Zoro is literally my third favorite character in this show, so I just have a thing for them. His sword is awesome. He's a badass. I mean, I just saw the episode a little while ago where the man is being hunted by the Marines, and he fucking whips out his sword. He's like, finally, I'm the one being hunted. It's been a long time or something like that. It was awesome. Mihawk is great. Excellent, excellent antagonist. Good old Enaru. See, I watched the Skype in the anime, so my opinion is vastly different from those who read it in the manga. When I finish catching up completely to the anime and manga, I'm going to go back through and reread the whole series. So again, my opinions are going to change. I'm also going to be watching it again with one of my friends soon. So this is subject to change. But Enaru is just excellent for now. I think that in an arc that I didn't personally enjoy much because of the really poor pacing in the anime, Enaru was one of the bright spots besides that flashback with Noland and Calgra. But Enaru has really cool powers. I love lightning powers. He had a great fight with Luffy. And overall, just cool design. You know, Eminem, he's the rap god himself. Maybe he should go above Bellamy just for that. Rap god, Enaru. Hody Jones. Fuck this guy. Hody Jones is a terrible antagonist. He embodies the themes of Fishman Island well. I will give him that. The concept around him was good, but the execution was not there for me. He was not a threatening villain. I never took him seriously. I mean, within the first, 5-10 episodes of Fishman Island, he gets beaten by Zoro in the water, and it wasn't even really like a close fight. Like, Zoro just absolutely annihilates him. Definitely a letdown. I don't know what else to say. It's Hody Jones. He's not very good. Alright. I already have things spoiled about him, that he's the traitor, but I haven't seen that reveal yet, so I'm gonna skip him. King, haven't really seen too much of him, so I'm gonna skip him. Orochi, I've seen quite a bit of him. I'm not gonna rank him yet because, again, I haven't finished the story, but fuck this guy. I hate this guy. Screw him. Oh my god, why can I say... Is this Magellan? Alright, if I'm wrong, I'm sure people stream at me, but Magellan, honestly, underrated as fuck. He's excellent. I know I keep rating these antagonists highly, but One Piece just has amazing antagonists. Magellan, cool devil fruit, very intimidating. I mean, He's one of the few antagonists. Alright, sorry about that. My recording abruptly cut off. But Magellan is great, and one of the few villains that was not defeated in One Piece. From what I recall, it's been a while since I've seen him held down, but he was awesome. Uh, Sorry, this whole thing's thrown me for a loop. And his poison powers were amazing. So I'm gonna give Magellan excellent. And from there, who is this? I can't even tell who that is. We're gonna go straight to Perona. Perona! I have my complaints, but happy. She was annoying for a while, though I did find her fight with Usopp kind of funny. I enjoyed the little I saw of her and Zoro's dynamic and her and Mihawk's dynamic. Unfortunately, her role as an antagonist was tied down to one of my least favorite arcs, Thriller Bark. I'm sure everyone, or most people, echo that sentiment. Thriller Bark is just not that great. Um, so yeah, Perona is one of the better antagonists. She's probably my favorite antagonist from Thriller Bark, which is a hot take, I think. But yeah, she's just the most middle of the road One Piece antagonist out there for me. The only thing that probably stops her from being a bit of a letdown is the fact that she gets more development with Zoro and Mihawk. So yeah, that's Perona. Marshall D. Teach. Now, it's really rough between excellent and perfection. I feel like I haven't seen him do too much since Marineford, which is one of the only reasons I'm considering putting him down here, because, no, I'm putting him in perfection, and here's why. She's the only person in the series that I know of that has ever been able to use 2 devil fruits. His design is awesome. Every time he shows up, I'm hooked to the screen. And his voice actor is amazing. I love Blackbeard. I find him very compelling, and I do hope that whenever him and Luffy finally meet up in a battle, it lives up to the hype, because they've been hyping up Blackbeard since Jaya, and he's got so much potential to be like the final boss. I don't know if he will be, um, but I could definitely see it. Blackbeard is a great character. Can't wait to see more of him. I just wish there was more of him where I'm at right now. Is this Kuzan / Aokiji? I believe it is. Okay, so Aokiji is going to be in the excellent tier. I loved Aokiji. I loved his role in basically everything he's appeared in, from the end of Long Ring Longline / beginning of Water 7 all the way till current day. I find him very, very interesting. Now, the last I saw of him was when it was explaining how he left the Marines. This is just from memory. It's, again, I've watched One Piece kind of segmented, so a lot of things slip by me. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But remember him leaving the Marines because he didn't like how things went down, and having that 10-day war with Sakazuki that permanently messed up Punk Hazard. I find his powers really cool. Again, ice powers, I find awesome. Ice is like my favorite type of power in any sort of media or fiction, so I'm giving him bonus points for that. I like how he tied into Robin's backstory all the way back in Enos Lobby, so yeah, Aokiji, excellent. I definitely find him one of the better Navy admirals, so yeah. Oh, Rob Lucci by himself. I don't know if I'll rank him, because I think I'd still put him around here. Rob Lucci is great, so I'm just going to leave him with the rest of CP9. Oh, I have a lot of hate for this guy. See, I feel like I'm one of the few people nowadays who was super, super, super attached to Ace. And I don't even understand why, but Ace's death has made me cry more than any other death in fiction. And the fact that this man turned him into a donut has left an never-ending anger in me whenever I see this guy. But because of that, I think he needs to be imperfect. I cannot wait to see how he plays into the story later on. I love his magma powers. His voice actor is great. Yes, I did put him above Aokiji. That's probably a hot take. But my god, Sakazuki has a fire in me, no pun intended, that won't be clenched until Luffy kicks the shit out of him and brings balance to the world. So, Sakazuki, you're staying in perfection tier, but I want you to die. Sugar. She's just annoying as hell, and honestly, as much as the God Usopp thing was hilarious, I can't believe she lost to him breathing. She's just a letdown. Her power was alright, it was kind of menacing and threatening, but I didn't really care for her. I didn't start getting into Dressrosa till like the third act, which, yeah, she just didn't do it for me. Wapol, I hate Wapol. He's got a bad design. He's not got a great devil fruit. He wasn't great in the Drum Kingdom. He's basically the same in the Reverie arc, so Wapol, get written out without a conclusion, dude. You kind of suck. Big Mom. I think Big Mom is excellent. She was very threatening in Whole Cake. I loved Big Mom. I didn't like the amnesia thing they did with her at the beginning of Wano, though, and I also think that she would have been a bit more threatening if Moscato stayed dead. I have no idea why, after she killed him, they just brought him back for no fucking reason. He never did anything. In fact, I didn't even notice he was alive until the Grand Line Review pointed it out. So, yeah, I mean, kind of a weird way to start your villain. You have her do something awesome, and then you completely go back on it, but I guess that's just the Oda way. But besides that, Big Mom is awesome. She's got a menacing design, great devil fruit. She just formed her alliance with Kaido in where I'm at, so I cannot wait to see where it goes. And also, she's an Emperor of the Sea. The Emperors of the Sea automatically get a little bit of a boost from me because they're awesome. I just really like the concept. Judge. Good old Vinsmoke Judge. This guy's a piece of crap. I hate him. Sanji's my favorite character in the series, so this guy gives me rage that I can't even intend. But he's excellent. I wouldn't say he's perfect. I do like what they do with his character. I don't know. I would have liked to see. It's hard to explain my thoughts on him. I think he was good. The way they ended Whole Cake Island with him, I don't remember too much about it. I would have liked something more memorable for me. I don't know what I'm even trying to think or say. My thoughts on Judge are very hard to judge, but I'm just going to leave you on this. He served his purpose very well. I'm curious to see if he comes back in any way, because I feel like there's a little bit more Oda could do with him. So, Judge, excellent. Loved his part in Whole Cake. Gecko Moria is a letdown. For a Warlord of the Sea, he has an okay devil fruit. Terrible design. He's very annoying. Again, I'm going to beat the Thriller Bark thing to death. Very middle-of-the-road arc, and I think a big reason for that is Gecko Moria is not a great villain. We all know that Gecko Moria is not great. You know it, I know it. There's not much to say about him. So Doflamingo, we're going to talk about a great villain. He's going right above Katakuri and Crocodile. Doflamingo is my personal pick for best villain, but I can't in good conscience put him above Buggy the Clown. Doflamingo is menacing as hell, and if there's any reason for anybody to stick through Dressrosa, be it the anime, the One Piece version, or the manga, it is for Dofi. His backstory is incredible. His relationship with Law is awesome. His fight with Luffy is amazing. His schemes, everything, his build-up from Punk Hazard all the way to when he's introduced properly in Dressrosa as a main villain, because I know he was in Jaya and Marineford, but when he's properly introduced as the main villain, he's near untouchable in quality for me. So yeah, perfection. Everyone knows it. Everyone loves Dofi, and if you don't, you're wrong. Kizaru, what else is there to say about Kizaru? He's got awesome powers. He's got a fun, quirky personality. I absolutely love him, and I'm pretty sure he's played by old Joseph Joestar's voice actor. And if there's one thing I love just as much as One Piece, it's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So he gets bonus points for that. Foxy, you know what? I'm gonna be controversial. I actually enjoyed Long Ring Long Land. After Skypiea in the anime, it was nice to get another ground island with just pure fun before we got into the dark stuff of Water 7 Venus Lobby. So I might complain with Foxy, but I'm happy. His fight with Afro Luffy was fun. I like his Devil Fruit. It was very enjoyable, so I don't have too many complaints. I think his design is a little meh, and in the anime, that arc is a little bloated, but I enjoyed it. Now, Mr. 3, he's going right next to his captain, Buggy D Clown. That's perfection. He's the right-hand man to Buggy D Clown. He's going to be the right-hand man to the future king of the pirates, Mr. 3, perfect. Wax Fruit, best. No, I'm just kidding. He's going into a bit of a letdown. He's alright. His affiliation with Buggy is genuinely pretty funny. I enjoyed the little role he had in Impel Down, but there's just a lot to be desired with him, and that's going to be the same for this next one, Kuro. His plan makes no fucking sense. His fight with Luffy was alright. I like the twist that he was barely a twist, but I like the quote-unquote twist that he was like a notorious pirate. I like that he tied a little bit into Captain Morgan. That was kind of cool. But besides that, he's okay. Speaking of, Captain Morgan's not on here, but Hody Jones is on here twice. Whatever. Weevil. Or is this Jack? I'm pretty sure that's Weevil. Either way, I'm not going to comment on him because I've barely seen him. So, Sparrow. He's alright. He's not bad. One of the few antagonists to drive someone to death. I mean, Pedro died trying to kill him, and this man's still kicking, from what I know, so good on him for that, I guess. Sparrow. He's alright. I mean, his power's okay, his design's okay. Those are like my only complaints. I'm overall pretty happy with him. Let's see, I'm just doing a double take. I don't want to rank any of these people properly, because Hody is already on here. We're just gonna give Hody a buddy. Here you go, Hody. Here's Hody. Have fun, you two. So I think that's about it. Let's see, we got Buggy D Clown, number 1. This looks about right. If you guys want to disagree with me, let me know in the comments. I'm happy to... Or, if you want to disagree with me or clarify with me, I'm happy to engage in discourse. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my One Piece tier list. I hope it wasn't too controversial. I know I ranked a lot of people in the top 2 tiers, but I think that Oda overall is very good at crafting villains. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope y'all have a wonderful